Welcome back to Upfront. Here's a bit of Milwaukee history. Between 1910 and 1960, the city elected 3 socialist mayors. In several ways, they cleaned up the city. A new documentary explores the history, the legacy of those mayors, and their relevance today.
You know, it was like, yeah, I'm from Milwaukee, beer and socialism.
Milwaukee may be synonymous with beer, but
The documentary is called America's Socialist Experiment, and it premieres tomorrow night on public television. It's co-produced by former Upfront host and our friend, Mike Gousha. So, Mike, it's so nice to be able to see you and talk to you, even though it is virtually. And you're back on the show here. I know that you and your talented wife co-produced this project. Why did you want to take on the topic of socialism?
Well, we thought it was a timely topic because, first of all, we had Milwaukee named as the site of the Democratic National Convention, whatever that will look like ultimately. And then, of course, the word socialism is such a part of our political discourse today. So we thought it would be interesting to look at this unique slice of American history, 50-year period, 38 of which where we had socialist mayors in the city of Milwaukee.
You mentioned this is really a part of our discourse right now. That word gets thrown around a lot. I mean, we even had a panel of students here on Upfront talk about what democratic socialism means to them. So is the socialism in your documentary the same as what we think of it today?
I think we leave that to the audience to decide. But what happened in Milwaukee was a very unique brand of socialism. It was driven by German immigrants who had some comfort with the idea of socialism. They brought that with them from Germany. It was driven by a huge rise in the power of organized labor. And it was driven in part because Milwaukee in 1910, when the socialists swept into power, was an extremely corrupt city, one of the more corrupt cities in America, and also an absolutely filthy city. So the socialists in Milwaukee ended up being reformers. And while they may have had grand ambitions about what was possible when they took office, they became over time very pragmatic politicians working with other groups in order to put forward their agenda.
I know that you don't want to give it all away. Of course, you want people to watch this documentary, but what do you think will surprise the viewers about socialism in Milwaukee?
First of all, the socialists in Milwaukee were frugal. They were bean counters. They instituted cost accounting procedures in government. That would come as a surprise to people. There are surprises throughout the film. For example, you had at one point in the 1950s, you had Joseph McCarthy, the senator from the state of Wisconsin, the leading anti-communist crusader in America, in the state of Wisconsin. At the same time, Milwaukee in 1952 was reelecting arguably the most prominent socialist in America, Frank Zeidler. There is a story about the first socialist congressman, Victor Berger, from Milwaukee. He was accused of violating the Espionage Act because he spoke out against World War I. And so what did they do? Congress wouldn't seat him. They had to have another election, and Milwaukee residents reelected him. So there were all these interesting contradictions, fascinating stories of how the process of socialism evolved over time in Milwaukee and how it ended.
Okay, Mike, so good to see you again, and you continue to do great work. Thank you.
Thanks, Adrian. Great to be with you.
Milwaukee will still have the DNC, at least in some form, but Charlotte, North Carolina won't have the Republican gathering. President Trump announced he's moving the RNC because North Carolina won't ease public health restrictions on COVID-19. Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, and Nevada are in the running to host it now. Coming up next, handicapping the Veep Stakes.